Coach Sanford, getting closer to kickoff here. Maybe give me a little assessment about how your quarterbacks are looking, and have you guys made a decision on who's going to start that first game at this point?
Well, the first thing is we're making progress. You need to talk to Coach Strong about that. Okay, as far as who's going to start. I think Will's been practicing every day. We've had, Dominique Brown got a little beat up, and Teddy's been off and on. He's had a couple of, nothing serious, but a few nagging things where he's been able to practice some, but not practice all the time. So we just need to keep working those guys.
You got the scrimmage tomorrow. How big of a factor is that going to play in the decision-making process? Is that a vital scrimmage in the determining who's going to start that first game?
I think in general for every position, I think it's very important. We've got a lot of undecided positions on offense. We got a lot of things going on in the offensive line. We've backup positions. How the receiver thing is going to work itself out. So there's a lot of positions that we're going to be making decisions on starters, including quarterback here very soon.
You had started camp with Cupper and Kessling at tackle, Cameron Joyer and Jake Smith at guard, and of course Mario at center. Are you pretty set on that group of five as your starters?
I still think that thing is in flux. We're doing some experimenting with some other things, and we'll kind of see how that all works itself out. And we need to take a look at the scrimmage tomorrow and see where we're at.
What about your tight end? You moved Lorenzo Malden over to help with depth issues. What have you seen out of him this week?
Well, he's a really good athlete. I mean, he's got a ton of athletic ability. He can run, he can catch. He has all the things you're looking for. He's just young. He's a freshman, and he just needs to grow up. And when he grows up, he's going to be a good player.
I know you're really high on the potential of a few freshman receivers: Michael Lee Harris, Eli Rogers, Devontae Parker. Can you give me a little update on the kind of progress they've made so far in camp, and what kind of contributions fans can expect maybe this season out of those guys?
I think for those guys, all three of them have excellent ability. I think right now they're into a little bit of the, been through training camp, a little beat up, a little tired, learning the system. Once they kind of get out of that, and obviously there's an urgency right now because we're 13 days away from playing. Right. So, there's a sense of urgency about that. But I think that's going to be something that's going to improve and develop as the season goes on, where they know what to do and know how to do it and know where to get lined up every time and all that.
Obviously, when we talk about running backs, deep stable back there with Victor Anderson and Jeremy Wright, what have you seen from some of the new guys like Corbin Lamb, and obviously Sonoris had a solid spring? But
yeah, I would say both Corbin and Sonoris have been a little beat up. They've practiced, but they've been beat up. But I expect big things out of both of them.
You think Corbin will play this season?
Yes, I do. I don't know how much, but right. I think you've got to have a good stable of backs to play.
Does he bring something different that the other backs don't?
I think he's a really good short yardage goal line runner. That's one thing we saw for sure, and just in general, he's a good runner.
What makes him so good down in those situations?
I think the fact that he has really good vision. He's a very strong physical back, and plus the speed to hit it. Once he makes a decision, he'll hit it.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Okay.